Hi, Anurag.
Hello.
Thank you, everyone, for joining us and for being here. Our conversation around business. And what is today's topic, Anurag?
Business of life.
Yes.
That's today's topic. So when I did the business done different class with Chandana, this was the first thing that we discussed. Rather than separating business and separating life, if if what if there was no separation?
Yeah.
And that was such a freeing concept for me, which I'd never heard of before. So I thought, why not discuss about it?
Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, Anurag, truly. I mean, how many of us switch on when we go to work? Like literally we become like that, you switch on and switch off. So you switch it on, switch yourself on when you walk into, your workplace, and then you switch yourself off when you walk out of your workplace, almost making it about, business separate. And now I'm going home. So now I'm going to be a family man, or I'm going to be a family woman.
Yes,
And
exactly.
switch on and switch off. Instead of actually acknowledging that your life you're living is your business, and your business is your life and living. Something that, again, like something that I heard Gary say years ago, and Simon Molasses, who is the creator of Joy of Business and the Business Done Different class, which is a 3-day class, is one of the classes under Joy of Business. And it's truly a brilliant class where you start to recognize how different can you be if you start to recognize that every moment of breathing, every moment of you being alive is you being in business.
Yes. So I forgot that we did not introduce, you all know Chandana, of course. She's a Access Consciousness Certified Facilitator, Joy of Business Facilitator, Talk to the Entities Facilitator, CPCK Facilitator. I didn't miss anything, am I right?
No, you didn't.
Yes. And I am Dr. Anurag Deshpande, for whoever is seeing me for the first time. I'm a pulmonologist, and I'm also now recently associated with Chandana Baba after we did this class. And after I did my BDD in March, my life has never been the same. So thank you so much to Chandana for all of this. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Anurag. And I just want to acknowledge here that, being a doctor is a very mainstream kind of a, being in the mainstream, like doctor, engineers, business, when you go for your masters, and, whether you have a garment industry, or you have I don't know, whether you're working in a company, or, in the computer company, or, electronics, or whatever, that's considered very mainstream. And for you to walk into a Business Done Different class was truly, it really opened up something for me in my world too, because having a doctor sitting across me, and I was like, okay, probably people from the mainstream are also willing to receive energies that are so different. Simply also because Business Done Different is, the tools of Business Done Different are so practical.
Yes.
They're just, right, Anurag, they're just so practical that you can actually include in your day-to-day life. Like you as a doctor, or somebody else as a teacher, or somebody as, an exporter of maybe garments, or maybe or someone, running an automobile factory or something, or someone owning a restaurant. All of that is a business, or you working for a company.
Yes.
And so often you think that just because I have a business, or just because I'm going to work and drawing a salary, I'm in business. And now that I don't draw a salary, and I don't go to business, or I don't go to work, so I'm not in business. I'm just a housewife, or I'm just a student, or I am unemployed, right? And that is, just a second, and that is often where the biggest lie lies, that, if I don't have a business, and I'm just a housewife, or I'm just a mother, or I'm retired, or whatever all of that is, gets you to disconnect from acknowledging that you're still creating a life. And if you're creating a life, that is your business.
Exactly. One more thing I wanted to go a little bit in discussion was that being doctors, we see all the doctors around us are pretty serious people, and especially the senior ones or the ones who are like famous. They're like very hardworking and senior, and I thought I want to be famous, but I don't want to be like them, boring and serious. And I do want to make a lot of money and see a lot of patients, but there has to be a different way. And probably that is how I bumped across this class, and then
Yes.
it was
Yes. Thank you
I
for
got
that.
the tools for
Yes.
that. Yeah.
Like having it, you know, having all of that, having the money, having the clients, having the patients, you know, having your practice, and yet having the fun with it, you know, which is something that you like you said, doctor means being serious. And last week we had another doctor on who we spoke with, Dr. Charu, who's
Yeah.
on. So it was really interesting, because it's really interesting to have you know, the so-called serious occupations where people are wanting to include the joy, include the fun, include
Yes.
where it doesn't have to be serious, and it doesn't have to be so stressful on you that, you know, your body is exhausted.
Exactly.
Yeah, I remember that was a conversation that you and I had around how exhausted your body was becoming,
Yes.
you know, by treating the patients, and
Yes.
what that was about, and how much. So let's hear, Anurag, what changed for your body after the business done different class?
So first and foremost, I'm much more happier, and I've started following my hobbies more. I used to play instruments and all, and now I'm doing it more and more, along with my job and my practice. And also now I'm going to start my own OPD as a different setup on my own. So I'm expanding in my work area also, and also the other stuff is also quite nice.
And are
So
you making more money?
yes, I am definitely. So when I
Which
used to
is
hear that money follows joy, I used to be, this is nonsense, yeah. This is not
rubbish,
true.
can't be.
And now I really feel actually it is true. So I'm really
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
so
It's
it's
really
so fantastic
interesting.
when you
We have,
hear things for a long time and you
yeah,
don't believe and resist. No, this must not be true. Finally, you realize, okay, it actually is that way. It is not just
yes,
a saying or a quote. So it's
yes.
quite nice.
Truly. And you know, Anurag, it's also, yeah, Fiza says awesome. Yeah. And also, Anurag, it's so interesting because, you know, your points of views create your reality.
Hmm.
And how often your experience with money, with your business, are actually based on your points of
Hmm.
views about money and about
Hmm.
business, you know, and your mindset around money and business. So if your mindset is that of serious and you know, contracted, and you're
Hmm.
like, you know, you're like, oh my god, this is, I am now going to make money, I'm now going for business,
Hmm.
and in your mindset is so different and so contracted, and there's no lightness to your world, there is not going to be any joy in your creation. And when there is no joy in creation, there is no money that follows, simply because
Hmm.
money, like you said, money follows joy. And money is just a byproduct of your business, right? Money is just a byproduct of your creations.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So it's truly wonderful. That is why what I wanted to stress here is that
Yeah.
that is why we decided to go as a topic business of life. There
Yes.
was so much separation in my mind that now this is family time. Now I need to maintain a
Mm,
work-life balance. Otherwise, I
mm,
have small kids.
yeah.
Otherwise, if I focus too much on the practice, then I
Yeah.
won't be able to take care of the kids. And
Yeah.
probably in the hindsight, I now think that that is why I chose mediocrity at that time. Because if I would
Ah,
have chosen the real self, then it would mean that I would have to lose on my family time or my hobbies or all those things. So
yeah.
that is what was wonderful.
Thank you. That what you just said, you know, that you are now a dad when you're home, and you're going to lose out on family time if you're working. These are the roles that we assign ourselves, you know, like
Hmm.
you assign yourself a role of being a doctor, and then you're playing the role of a doctor while you're at work. And then you go home and then you assign yourself the role of being a father, or being a husband, or being a son. So
Hmm.
now you start to play that role according
Hmm.
to what you're supposed to be, what
Hmm.
role that's supposed to look like and be like, instead of being a father, being a husband, being a doctor, being a son, being you, you know, everywhere,
Hmm.
where you encompass all of that. and you're really willing to take that energy everywhere you go.
Exactly.
Whether you go to your OPD, or whether you go to an operation theater, or whether you're with your kids or your family or whatever. And it's just that's where when you go into playing a role is where you separate from you. And when you separate from you, it becomes difficult. To just put it really simply, for few people who are here who've never done access before, I'm just wanting you to recognize that every time that you separate from all of you, which is where you start to play the roles of who you think you are, you actually start to make it difficult. You start to make life a struggle. You start to make creation a struggle. Because that too, it's like, it's not fun anymore. It's difficult. It's a struggle. It's like to get something out there is a struggle. And that again comes from your mindset, which is your points of views. Right?
Exactly. Wow, wonderful.
Thank you. So Fiza has a couple of questions. She says, awesome, well done, Anurag. And she says, Chandana, can you please share about this program that Anurag has done with you? Yes, for sure, Fiza. She says, I'm in business too. I deserve to flourish as well. Oh, yes. If you're choosing to flourish, you will. So Anurag did the 3-day Business Done Different class with me. And it's an access consciousness class, and it's got this wonderful, brilliant manual. And we talk about business, we talk about money, and it's a very pragmatic class. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Show them how thick it is. It's supposed to finish it in 3 days.
And this is not a class, it's a master class. That's what they call it, I think.
Yeah. Yes, truly. It is a master class. Yeah. And yes, Swati, truly is a wow. The manual is absolutely simply magical. And so the Business Done Different is not just if you are in business or not. Yes, if you are in business, we give you some wonderful practical tools about how to hire people. And, hiring people can also be your staff in your kitchen, right? And we also talk about how you can, sometimes, you hire people and then you don't know how much you're supposed to pay them. Or, you want to get employed by somebody, but you don't know how much you should be paid. Or you are looking to sell an item or a garment or your product or your class, but you don't know how much to price it at. So, we look at all of that, and we talk about financial reality, financial awareness, and how you can actually step into the space of knowing what price you can charge, so you can create the greatest, not just for yourself, but for the person who buys it, including everybody else out there and the planet. So it's an inclusion of everything. Yeah.
Wonderful. One other thing which I got, which was a major game changer for me, which I would like to share, was that
yes, please.
How I saw you and I got some tools from you, how you're juggling so many things together, and there is still so much joy, there is no stress.
Yeah.
So I think that was seeing you and learning from you both, because I've been following you in your WhatsApp groups and other stuff, that you doing classes after classes after classes after classes, and you're joyful all the time whenever I meet you or I talk to you and all. So I thought this was just for a select few people, and this is not possible for the general public like me. So which was my myth was totally busted. And now and I was so happy when one of my colleague asked that तू इतना सब कैसे कर लेता है, तेरे पास ज्यादा घंटे हैं क्या कुछ ऐसे करके. It was so amazing.
That's amazing.
Just you have to follow the energy is what you,
yes,
in short, teach, and that was spectacular.
Yeah. Absolutely. Because, Anurag, you're an infinite being. You're never short on energy. And if you think you're short on energy, or if you think you're exhausted, you will create exhaustion. It's really about you being this infinite, like everybody out there is an infinite being, right? Everyone out there is a creator of magnitude. But the difference that you be is the brand that you show up as. If you're selling, say for instance, you're a doctor and there are a number of doctors out there, you're a pulmonologist and there are a number of them out there. What makes me want to come to you is the energy that you're being, that I am wanting to receive from you, right? And that's, and just acknowledging that, recognizing that, and knowing that the brand that shows up is the energy of who you be. And that's what creates you differently and has people asking for you or for your product.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Also, it is truly about, like you stressed, it is truly about being you. Yes. I need not be like any one of the doctors or anyone in any of the slightest any area. I need not copy them. I just can be totally and fully myself, and I can do and treat patients, do what I like, do my other stuff, everything together. Yes. I think that's so freeing that it is just amazing. Just frees you up so much.
Truly it does. Yes. And when you start to change your points of views about your business, when you start to change your points of views about money, it's really interesting because your reality, your life, the creation of your life starts to show up differently. Your relationships start to change, your body starts to change, everything around you starts, your kids seem to be happier, you seem to get what you want much faster than others. Yeah. People are like, what do you do? Like, well, I'm just being the source of my life. And, it comes from the space of choice. It does not come from the space of, I have to because everybody else is doing it. It does not come from the space of, oh, she's done that and he's done that, so I must do it too. It comes from a space of, oh, that if I choose that, it'll add to my life. It'll outcreate me. It'll outcreate the life that I've created up until now. Yeah. Fiza says, Chandana, I by chance clicked on the Zoom link. I was going to sleep, about to turn off the mobile, but now I've forgotten to sleep and enjoying listening to you and Anurag. Thank you, Fiza.
Thank you for the feedback. Yeah.
Yeah, and please feel free to unmute yourself and ask any questions, friends. Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God, Anurag and Chandana,
yes.
Chandana, I forgot to sleep, seriously. Otherwise, before that, I was yawning because it's almost 12:30. It's midnight here. I'm in Melbourne.
Where are you?
I'm in Melbourne.
Oh, you're in Melbourne. That's wonderful.
Thank you for joining.
On. Yeah.
Oh, my pleasure, because I think it's a call for me, because I'm in business and I am so much sometimes get into my own way. And when I was listening Anurag, and I was like, whoa, is he talking about me? Because I am mom, I am wife, I have a daughter, I have a family. And I said, wow, I think Anurag is my reflection. That's why I asked which program he's talking about.
That is amazing, Fiza. I'm so happy to hear that. Have you done access classes before?
Yes, I done I am attending different classes and different programs.
Awesome. So this
I done only the bars.
That's
I done only the bars.
Wonderful. Yeah. So for the business done different, we have no prereqs. So, for a lot of classes, bars is the prereq, but for business done different, there is no prereq. And it's really amazing for, for people who come from different walks of life and they want to change something in their world. They're like, I want to change something in my world. Hey, Arpita, that's lovely Anurag's wife there, who's also a doctor. Yeah. And it's wonderful because when you start to see your life, you start to see your, the way you're trying to, like you said, you're juggling. I'm a mother. I have a business. I have the kitchen to take care of. I have my husband to take care of. I have my in-laws. I have my parents. I have my friends. I have my social circle. I have myself. I have, all of that. I have a body that's exhausted. Like, how do I do all of this? And that's when, you're like, you like, there's an overwhelm, and then you go into coping with all of it, or trying to handle all of that, trying to change that from looking at, okay, let me try and just change this, and just try and solve this issue or this
Or
problem.
prioritize my health over my
Yes,
work, something like that.
right, that, like, what's important. And then we ourselves are generally the least priority of everyone, because everyone else seems to be way more important, way more important than you yourself. But when you start to recognize that, well, what can change for me here is if I prioritize myself, me, when I prioritize what adds to my life and what expands my world, instead of trying so hard to be like that rat who's trying to run around finishing everything, instead of being that energy, I can just relax and receive the contribution of everything and everyone around me.
Super.
Right, wrong, good, bad, papa, comment, shots, voice, formats, and beyonds. Yeah.
And another thing is, I found out, if you allow me to talk about,
Yes,
you had
please.
a medical condition to begin
Yes.
with, and now if you tell any doctor who has probably not seen you before that you had all those issues, and he would never believe it. It's very hard to convince, definitely. And I see here, because what I always, when I'm treating my patients, I'm like, my job is not to just put you out of the hospital or put you out of the ICU because I'm working into the ward. I would like to contribute in a way where you can go back to your normal life, and not just go
Yeah.
back, but thrive in your
Thrive and
work,
create a
in your
greater
family, in
life.
everything.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
totally.
if these tools can help anyone do that,
Yes.
then this will be
Yes.
such a great contribution.
Thank you for bringing up the conversation about the body, Anurag, because truly, when when you look at when you look at a business class, and then when you look at body, you are like, what's the connection? Right? It's like, how can the body contribute to a business, or how can a body contribute to me creating more money? But if your body is not, I'm going to use lay terms here, like if your body is not healthy, and if your body is not supporting you, can you create the life you really truly want to create, and that you really know is possible? So it's also about receiving from your body. It's also about receiving from every molecule on the planet. And I see Fiza's hand up. Yes, Fiza.
Oh my God, Anurag, if we need more doctors like you, seriously.
Yeah.
Thank you
Especially in
so much.
Australia.
Thank you.
Yeah. Truly, Fiza. He is such an inspiration.
Thanks a lot.
Truly. Yes.
Anurag, we need more doctors like you, because doctors are hiding behind their degrees and labels, are not respecting themselves as a beautiful individual being. They are hiding, just they do the job just for the sake of doing. They don't really know how powerful as a human being they are. I
Thank
come
you
across
for
so many doctors who are taking antidepressants. They don't know who they are, because they are forced to get into this medical degree. But seriously, thank you very much for being you and amazing. I'm sure you are amazing doctor. I'm sure. I'm 100% sure.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Really
Yes,
appreciate you.
he is. He is a brilliant doctor. And, if we were not to generalize what any profession is, what can you receive from it? Like, it comes from us generalizing, like, oh, actors are glamorous, models are glamorous, or doctors are serious. We go into this definition of the business, we go into a definition of a profession, and how much of that stops us from receiving? Like, with healing, like with facilitating or healing, how many people have the point of view that, oh, but if you're a healer, why do you charge? You should be doing it free. You should be, serving humanity. And it's like, interesting. These are all the labels that get attached to professions. These are labels that get attached to business to a degree, like Fiza said, a degree, like, you're hiding behind a degree. How many of you are hiding behind your degrees, as whatever you are today? How many of you have defined yourself based on your degree? How many of you are choosing to create a business based on your degree? What lies beyond that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And all 3 days I was asking one question, but I am a medical doctor. If I start doing access bar, then people will say, you have gone mad. Have you forgot your degrees and everything? And
I
I have
remember,
started
yeah.
practicing access bars also. And my very close friend called me up. Are you okay? What are you doing? What is this? And it did happen.
I remember you once saying, my friend says, I spent 5 years studying to become a medical doctor. And now I'm doing this. Like, yeah, it's about inclusion, right? It's not about saying medical doctors less than or are less than. It's about inclusion. It's about a contribution. It's about, okay, what can I contribute to you more? What else can I contribute to you here as a doctor? What else can I gift you that your body is asking for? It's all of that. And it's so much more that when you start to become the contribution that you are, you start to receive magically.
So true.
Yeah. Awesome. Do we have any more questions? Anybody? Or Anurag, is there anything else that you would like to ask or share, my dear?
No, the thing is that we have a business done different class coming up. When I chose the class, I couldn't explain to my brother, why am I choosing this business class when I'm not a businessman? And I'm very glad that I chose, because I just had that inkling to just go for it. There was no explanation that I could give anybody. So if any one of you is this for me? This might be for me. This might help me. Just choose it.
Yeah.
This is truly a magical class, and it will contribute so much more. That's definite.
Thank you for sharing that. And, also I would like to add here for, after there's been so much of a new, so much of conversation around different energies like avoiding and defending and plagiarizing. And there's so much more in the manual that, it's like, what are you avoiding and defending with business? Whose business are you plagiarizing? There's so much more with money and business. And, what else can we create together? What would your business look like if you truly chose from no reference point to what business is? Now, what would your business look like? How would you create it? And everything that doesn't allow you to know, be, perceive, and to receive that, would you destroy and uncreate that, please? Right and wrong, good and bad, hot and pockle, 9 shots, boys, forwards, and beyonds. That, friends, is the clearing statement of access consciousness. For the few of you who are probably listening to the Facebook Live, wondering what we are saying, what are Anurag and I talking about? We're talking about the Business Done Different class of access consciousness, which is under the speciality of Joy of Business, created by Simon Molasses, and Access Consciousness, created by Gary Douglas and Dr. Dane here. And this, what I'm saying, right, wrong, good, bad, pot, pork, online shots, boys, and beyonds, is the clearing statement. That's actually like a magical Hoover. It's like just picks up every little thing out there without you even knowing, or there may be some, some energy stuck somewhere and you're not aware of it. It clears that too. Yeah.
Wonderful. And just one last thing, that while I keep on listening to the records of so it was so funny that you were talking to your dog during one of the conversation, and then let's say, so this is business done different. So it was like truly an example of inclusion of everything, including your dog and Oreo. So it was so hilarious.
Thank you. Yes, indeed. Oreo is always contributing to our classes. He sits with me when I'm facilitating online classes. And yes, I know when you guys were here, And he was like, I'm talking to him, I'm facilitating,
Yeah.
I'm also being a mother, because if my kids require me,
Mhm.
they know they can reach out to me anytime, wherever I am. And
Mhm.
my husband, I'm being a wife to my husband, even when
Mhm.
I'm in work. I don't switch off being all of that.
Mhm.
I be the energy of what's required. And are you willing to be the inclusion and to create your world and your life and your living from including every energy that is here to contribute to you and that you can truly receive? How different would your world be? How different would creation be? And how different would your choices be?
Yes.
Can I also
Super.
add something
Yes,
before
please,
you
darling.
guys close the call?
Absolutely, go for it.
So the outright benefit that I know of Anurag having done business done different is that I'm doing some weird businesses, weird in sense of weird for doctors, and he is wholeheartedly supporting me. Even I might have some doubts, but he has no doubt. ये करना है, wow, करो, मैं भी करता हूँ तुम्हारे साथ. That might happen.
So you mean with him choosing the class changed your relationship?
No. With him choosing the class has made him motivate me for weirder businesses.
Oh, I'm so glad. How does it get any better? That's amazing. Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. Any more questions, lovelies, or are we good for tonight?
Yeah. So this is the class. So can we share the details of the class?
Yes,
Just if
please
someone wants
do.
to know.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's from 13th to 15th of August. That is the coming next weekend. It's in Mumbai, right?
Yes.
And online also. So if you're anywhere in the world, you can join it. You want to hop on, come to Mumbai. It would be wonderful.
Or you can join us online from anywhere
Yeah.
in the world.
Hmm.
And that one especially goes out to Fiza, who's sitting in Melbourne.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And you can get in touch with lovely Anurag, Samantha, Charu, or Prerna. And we look forward to creating a different reality with business. One that's truly joyful. Hey, Charu.
Hi, Charu.
One that's truly joyful, one that's truly fun, and one that expands your reality. So join us, friends. Oh, yeah. Awesome.
Yes.
Fiza says, I got goosebumps when you did the clearing. Awesome. How does it get any better? Come for
Thank
more
you so
goosebumps.
much. Thank you, Chandana. Thank you, Anurag. Oh my God,
Thank
I'm
you.
so
Thank
lucky
you
to
for
be on
joining.
this call. And I think everything happened for purpose.
Yes.
Always for us. Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you all. And I'm looking forward
Thank you
to
so
seeing
much, everyone.
a few of you
Each
or
one
all
of
of
you who
you.
has joined. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Truly grateful. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everyone.